Morning, fellas. It's Friday. What, about 10 to 9, and we're about 82 in the garage, and the fenders are all dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the right side fender well in, and I'm going to chase the threads and clean it up, and if it needs any touch-up, then we're going to mount it to the right side fender and get that in place. And I won't be able to do anything on the left side because I ordered, remember a while back I was debating whether to, for the emergency brake, whether to put a handle right there or go back with the stock unit. Well, I decided to go back to the stock unit and I ordered it, and I'll probably get it Monday or Tuesday. But these two bolt holes here is where it lines up, and right under here is where the cable comes out and goes to the back for emergency brake. If you put the fender well in, you won't be able to get to that. So we're going to leave that off for until we get that in and mounted and taken care of and adjusted. Then we'll put the fender well in. In the meantime, I will take care of chasing the threads on the left side fender well and adjusting it as far as getting it on the fender, and before we do that, make sure it's cleaned up and touch up any paint. In the meantime, I'm going to hit this with some 320 wet and get that ready to paint up again and sand the stripes down and everything else. So, but that's what we're doing today. It's going to be a real slow day here in the garage. So, as always, thanks for watching. When I have more, I'll turn this back on. Later. Hey, fellas. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and been doing some running around, taking care of some business, and I just went to the back patio and I got the right wheelhouse in. Tomorrow we'll chase all these, get them all cleaned up, including the ones on the radiator cover or the cross member piece, and I'll probably start cleaning the frame here and getting this all cleaned up and everything, because the first one, like I said earlier in the earlier part of the video, this one be the first one to go on. We are going to hold off on the left one because of the emergency brake, and if you remember correctly, these are the two bolt holes for the emergency brake, and the cable comes out down there. So, if you want to know what I was doing most of the morning, that's the replacement for the ZL1. It's a 2014 LTZ Chevy Malibu, and it's a really nice car. Let me get the keys. I'll open it up. I could continue to afford the payments on the Camaro, but the registration was going to kill me. It was going to be almost $1,000 this October when it came time to register it, and I knew I had between now and between the time I retired in January until October to do something with that car. I didn't really want to get rid of it, but I couldn't afford the registration being on a fixed income. And I only got, and I don't want to dip in any 401k, but I only got my pension check and Social Security to keep me going and keep this house afloat. Plus my wife's Trailblazer, which she's gone to get my granddaughter from school, was on its last legs. It was a 2005. It had 80,000 miles on it, and it started ending up with small little electrical quirks on it. And she needed a new car. I've gotten the new car the last time, and it was her turn to get a new car. So she's driving a brand new 2015. It had 3 miles on it when she drove it off the lot. A pearl white Chevy Equinox, and she's just in heaven with that thing. So, but yeah, this isn't bad. This is a pretty nice car. It's got everything in it. It's loaded. So. And I guess this will be my retirement vehicle. So, got to do some cleaning on it, and there's some little dings on the passenger side that I'll take care of, but other than that, I'm happy with it. Already the insurance has dropped. Everything from the ZL1 is definitely it dropped. Let's see what I'm saving. What did they say? If I were to break it down monthly, I'm saving almost $50 a month on car insurance, and over a 12-month period, that's almost $600. So it had to come. I knew its time was limited with me. So, but I can say that was my bucket car list. When I was 19 years old, a friend of mine, Rick Dickman, his dad owned a body shop in God, what was it? Was it Wilmette, Illinois? Wilmette, Illinois. And Rick worked all summer for his dad, and he got himself a brand new 1969 Z28 Camaro. And I made a promise to myself then that before I die, I would end up with a Z car, whether it be a ZL1 or a Z28 Camaro. And I ended up with a ZL1. So that was my bucket list car. I'm happy to own it. I had fun with it for 2 years. But yeah, it's now we're a little bit more sensible. I get almost 33 miles to a gallon on regular in this thing on the highway, so we can't knock it. So well, that's it. I'll load this up, but like I said, tomorrow we'll be taking care of this, cleaning this up. We'll start cleaning up the side of the frame, everything else, and mount that loosely onto the right fender, and then I'll get when my son gets home. I'll sit there and have him give me a hand, and we'll get this hung on. But yeah, and then we'll mount the radiator hoses, and we'll sit there and mount the terminal block back up and everything else, and get it all tightened down, and then wait. We'll be on a hold until we get the emergency brake stuff in, which I suspect will be here Monday. All right. So you guys have a good Friday evening, and we'll probably pick this up in the morning. Later.